In this video, we will discuss the topic optical fiber. The outline of this presentation is: one, we will discuss the introduction regarding the optical fiber, and another is the advantages of the what are the advantages of the optical fiber, and what is the history related to the optical fiber. So these are the content of the presentation. So in the first introduction part, we will discuss regarding the optical fiber. We will define that what is the optical fiber. So definition of optical fiber is: it is a solid strand of glass or plastic like this. This is a solid strand or fiber that may be of glass or plastic of any material, and it is very thin, and this solid strand can conduct the light in a similar manner that copper wire conduct electricity. So it will uh, uh, behave in a similar fashion, you can say, similar to the copper wire. What here, the light is propagating through the fiber, whereas in case of, if you are considering the wire, conductor wire, so in that case the current will flow through the this conducting wire, or the electron, they will be drift through the wire. So here we are saying that in the fiber, the light is traveling through the fiber, so that will travel by that reflection that will take place from the inner surface portion of this fiber. And if I'm incidenting light at this region, it will stay in the fiber, and then at the other end it will get transmitted out. You can say that the other end it will come out from this core region. So this is the fiber. So light travel through the reflection and stay within the fiber. So this is another property. And another is that this is fiber. What is that? It is thin. That here this is thin. So what it is thin, that how much thickness? So the thickness is order of few micrometer, and this fiber is very flexible, that you can mm, roll like this, you can like this, so it is flexible. And another is what are the application of this fiber. So this type of the fiber is used for the illumination, or you can say for the decoration purpose in the household. And another is it is used for the as a sensor for sensing the change in temperature or change in pressure and other information also. And another is also used, can be used for welding purpose, cutting in the industry, and they also use, or you can say, in the medical field. And but the most useful application of this fiber is they are used for the communication purpose. So this is regarding that what is the nature of the optical fiber. We have discussed it is thin strand of glass or plastic, and they conduct the electricity like that. And now we will discuss the what are the advantages of the fiber. So so in this case, that optical fiber has, because generally we use this for the communication purpose, and we know that in earlier days our communication system was based on the copper wire transmission system, that is based on the copper wire system. So this is our traditional communication system, which is based on this. And so, and another is the optical fiber system. So this optical fiber uh, waste system or optical fiber has several advantages over this traditional transmission method, you can say. So you know that in case of if I'm using the optical fiber for the transmission of the data or the for come in communication purpose, so in that case we will make the use of lights as a carrier. So and you know that light has much higher frequency than the, because in case of copper wire system we use the radio waves or modulated signals, and if we compare their frequencies with one another, so frequency of this, because in case of communication we use high frequency light signal, so this light has much higher frequency than this radio wave and modulated signals in the copper wire system. So this is the and due to this reason, because of light signal and higher frequencies higher frequencies higher frequencies, light has high information carrying capacity. So sometime question will ask why the optical fiber have high information carrying capacity. So you can answer that because in this case high frequency light is used as a carrier, and they uh, due to this high frequency light has high information carrying capacity, and optical fiber can send these high frequency signals through the these high frequency signal can be transmitted through the fiber with a small distortion. And you know that this therefore the optical fiber is capable of carrying a hundred or the hundred or even thousands of the times as much information as compared to this copper wire based communication system. And this is another advantage of this optical fiber. And another thing is that this optical fiber cables, they are much smaller than the copper wire cables. And another is in term of weight, they are also very light in the weight. Optical fiber cables are very lighter as compared to the copper wire cables. And another advantage is because if here we are using plastic or the uh, for the making the fiber or the glass, so there is no rusting, there is no chance of rusting or corrode in case of fiber. So there is no scope of rusting in case of, whereas in copper there may be the chance of such things may happen, and they due to they may the degradation of the copper wire system. And another is because they are lighter, this is a very uh, a valuable property, because if they are lighter, in some uh, cases where weight is strained, weight is one of the strain, so we have to keep the things lighter. So in that case, or in those cases, for example if we talk about the aeroplanes or the ships, so in that case uh, this where weight is the issues, we can make the use of the fiber for communication purpose. And so this is another advantage. And fiber, as you know that in fiber only light is is propagating through the fiber. So they not use the electricity. If they not use the electricity, it means that they are not susceptible to the noise from the electronic devices. Means that, for example, that you know that in case of the copper wire system, or if the light signal is, for example, if you have the copper wire system and the current is passing through the copper wire, so these wires, they radiate the electromagnetic energy. And if and that energy can be, if this is wire is copper wire, and we high place here any device which can pick up this energy, because they radiate the electromagnetic energy. And this energy can be picked up by any device, other device. So you can say that if we are using copper wire system, your signal can be tapped or can be thefting. Theft is possible. Theft of the signal is feasible in with this copper wire, if we are using copper wire for the communication. Whereas in case of the optical fiber, we are sending the light signals. If we place here any device, so because here if the light signal is propagating, they will not radiate any kind of this type of energy. So this energy cannot be picked up by the other device. So with the help of the optical fiber system, the theft is not feasible. That is not be takes place with the this type of optical fiber based system. And another is, for example, if we are installing, if here is the device which is source of electromagnetic energy, electromagnetic energy. If there is any source which is present nearby the copper wire, if your telephone wire is passing through this device, your signal can be uh, can be trapped. And another thing is that if another source is present, then that will result distortion in your signal. Your output will get, or your, if you are talking to somebody, that you will not able to hear the uh, voice clearly. There may be the distortion. What if we are installing, for example, fiber near to this source of electromagnetic energy there, for example, transformer, or our cathode ray based TVs, or heavily machinery which radiate the electromagnetic energy. If the optical fiber is installed near to this, then in that case there is no distortion of signal through the optical fiber based communication system. So in that sense also, this optical fiber based system is better. So this is regarding the some advantages of the optical fibers. And another, now I will talk about the what is the history. So in history, uh, in the first modern attempt could be attributed to the uh, Claude Chappe and his optical telegraph built in 1790s. And another was Alexander Graham Bell and his uh, photophone, patented in the 1880s. So this is the history that the people start thinking by sending the data using the light, with the help of light, from, you can say, from one place to another, by around 1790s. And after uh, 90 years later, Alexander Graham Bell, and he patented this photophone, which is one of the, I have shown here diagram. So what they did is simply take the light from source. For example, this is sunlight. If this light is coming, and here, from here we can, this is voice, and here this is diaphragm, and this is mirror here, diaphragm mounted mirror here, this combination is this. And here some electronic components, selenium cell is used, and eyepiece is placed here. So what they did in phototype, um, photo phone, which we at the time they named photo phone, they light here, and this voice, this this is this is carrier sunlight, and they superimpose on this, and they try to send the signal with the help of using the light. uh, but here they send uh, these signals. For example, this is voice, this is signal hour, and this is carrier. So they send this signal not through any uh, uh, at that time there was no fiber. They simply send it through the air, the simple air. So, and these inventions, earlier inventions, uh, or you can say in the early inventors or scientists, were hampered by the lack of reliable light source, and, and there was no, this medium at that time was not represented, that it no the fiber type of uh, things, they are not available at that time. And another crucial was the source, like lasers, they are not available at that time. So this was the earlier. So after that, there was another person who contributed. This is Narendra Singh. uh, he introduces uh, the fiber with the cladding. Before this, people they use only, this is single, you can say this is plastic, only through this region, or we can call it naked fiber. Naked fiber. So he introduces that another layer, we can put another layer on the this central portion. And this Narendra Singh was the first person, and we will also call Narendra Singh, he is Indian. Mm, uh, uh, he is Indian, and we will also call him father of fiber optics. He also known as father of father of optical fiber. And this, uh, he was born in India, from, he is from Punjab, and in around 1927, he was born in 1927 uh, in Punjab, and he graduated from the Agra University and went on his PhD at London, Imperial College, London. So this is uh, regarding his contribution, and he also suggests that it is possible to use this optical fiber for the communication purpose. So he is, I think, the first person who suggests that this is very this type of fiber is very useful for uh, uh, for sending the signals, or can be used this type of materials or this type of fibers for the display for the communication purpose. And another is the after that 1970 Robert Morer produces the first fiber with loss less than 20 decibel per kilometer. And after that 1978 General Telephone Company of Indiana was tested field optical fiber cables. They are first company who tested in the field by installing these fiber for communication purpose. So this is uh, regarding that. Now, like so many of the new technology was introduced in the past few decades also in optical fiber communication, has become a well developed and well established technology in the short period of time. The use of the optical fiber is definitely widespread, and its application in the communication as the other fields are numerous. So this day by day is changing. So this is regarding the history uh, of the optical fiber.